What my heart yearns for now. Whoa.
Oh,
Welcome,
whoa.
ladies, and gentlemen of all persuasions. Welcome to the Boytown Podcast. Speaking of gentlemen
Mhm.
of more than one persuasion, I am joined by Papa Bear himself. He's in the cave. He's got his hand deep in a pot of honey. It's all sticky. Oh, please don't do that. I'm joined by Dave Elliott, who it's really fucking me off because he's
Huh?
wearing a light orange and a dark orange, and it is absolutely disgusting, babe.
Well,
Disgusting, babe.
babe.
What are you thinking, boo boo? Yeah. What are you
Well,
thinking?
what I'm thinking is, I like it. Like I like my favorite food combination. I like a nice hot a burger bun, the orange with a bit of mustard on top, and baby girl, that's delicious. Mm. Offer me a little of your Frankfurter, if you know what I mean,
No, I don't know what you
and the
mean.
hot dog king.
Oh, babe, that's disgusting. Honestly, it is disgusting. It is so disgusting. And we're kind of wearing like your hoodie's the same color as my t-shirt, so that's kind of
Yeah,
fate. You know,
and then
that's nice.
what you don't realize is next week I will wear. We'll just invert it, so I'll have like a grey hoodie on next week and a yellow t-shirt, and then whatever color you'll have on. Whoa,
Hey, my major question coming your way.
yeah.
Why are you chewing some sort of sweet
Oh, can you
after
hear that?
47? Yeah, I can. Also,
Sorry.
don't speak that loud.
Oh, what do you
Why would
mean?
you? Why would you see if that was a script that see if we were in like a drama right now?
Yes,
That would
Cocker.
say the man shouts. Oh, can you
Yeah.
hear that? Like, there's no need for you to do that.
Oh,
You
listen to
don't
the guy.
understand tone.
Listen to the guy. It's been writing all week. Oh, if that was a script, it would say, "Shut the
You don't understand tone. No, you
nerd, get
don't understand tone and pitch.
Yeah, that's actually what people call me in the
Tone
game,
and
tone and
pitch.
pitch. Yeah, I'm the number one balloon modeling duo, but I'm only one guy. Work that out.
No, people were actually calling you basic bitch.
Oh God, that's pretty offensive. Speaking of basic bitches, what's going on with that jewelry on your hand? I noticed you flick it here and nearly blinded me. Is this a new piece you have?
So
Can I
I
just say,
got
does that spin? Is that like some kind of spinner ring? Like, are you
I got
14?
the I got the WRS.
What's
I got
that?
the Win Ring spinner,
I
fresh
mean,
off Amazon. Yeah,
I
what
think I
happened
think that
was
could actually be a new style. Imagine you say your vows, you're holding hands with your wife, and you used to take us and you just put the hand up to the crowd and give it one of those. I think a lot of people would pop off of that.
ask me how many wedding rings I've owned now.
Well, first of all, how long have you been married?
That is a good question. That is a very good question. And if I really you put me on the spot, you fucking you bugger.
Well, I
I
know
would
it's you know what? It's probably just under a year and a half
it's a
because
no two and a
yeah,
half.
not 2.5, 1.5. You only been married for 1 year. You got married after me, and I just had my 1 year wedding anniversary in New York in November. So you're a year and a half because you got married on the 20th of December, and now it's June, which is 6 months. So
Sounds
therefore,
good.
it's
Sounds good.
6 months. So you've had a full year, which takes you 12 to 12 plus the six. So in what day is it today? In 17 days, boom, you'll be married, bang on a year and a half. Suck my dick.
Yum yum. I've got that
Yeah.
lockdown hunger. Don't tempt me. Don't wave that
Oh,
Frankfurter. You know I'll chomp it up.
oh no, it's more like twanging the chipolata than waving a Frankfurter. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I have an itchy nose. I'm gonna have a fight. Oh, there we
Gross.
go.
So a couple of things. One thing I should flag up before we talk more about this is I definitely need my nails cut, honey.
Yep.
They are fucking
Oh
disgusting.
no, thankfully we're not in the studio together because I would definitely. That's a good thing about lockdown for me is I don't have to look at your hideous fingers, and for you, you can like keep your nails like some sort of weird coke fiend guy that you are, just
Yeah.
sniffing coke off all your fingernails at once.
Imagine a guy who's never done coke before, just like me at the start of lockdown, just really gets into it halfway
Yeah.
through.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people have got into things during
Yeah. Oh yeah.
lockdown. Like the weird thing I ordered this week was a set of bulls. Like for a garden petanque bulls, so me and my wife can play some bulls in a garden.
Yeah, I
Because
should
hey, I'm
point out
bored.
Dave's wife's 93, just in case anyone needed a sweet heads up on that. I mean, yeah, definitely. Like, do you not think fence paintings become the new like dirty thing? Like, guys are sort of like messaging each other, being like, "Whoa, mate, would you fucking send me a pic of your fence?"
I mean, I
People
definitely
have got
think
well into it.
people are more into that and more into their gardens as well. People are
Oh
more.
yeah.
Oh, there's an old man walking past my house. Not now, mate. Busy.
He's probably heard you've set up like a dodgy bowls league. You set
Yeah.
up like a Fight Club bowls league in your back garden, sucking off old men.
I actually have a thing. It's a new business idea I have, and it's called glory holes and bowls. Right. Basically, what
Pitch it to
happens,
me.
you
And
know.
by the way, before you pitch it to
Mhm.
me, I'm in.
Yeah. Well, basically, what happens? Have you ever heard of a glory hole? Um.
No.
Right. Okay. Well, glory hole. I mean, it's going to sound pretty revolutionary. It's
I mean, sorry, the
basically
only thing is, now you mention it, I would have heard my dad say it quite a bit whenever I was younger.
right. Okay. Well,
So,
then, long story short, it's where you go to this place where there's like a little hole in a wall, and like the way sometimes people go to the hole in the wall to get money out, and that's all good.
yeah.
Let's just
Yeah.
say this hole in the wall, you go and get honey out, not money, a bit of honey.
You're putting your money where your mouth is at this one.
You're putting your mouth where the hole is, yeah, and it's a good time. And then so basically, once you go to the glory hole and you relax, see, this is all about athleticism. You go to the glory hole, you relax, and then you can come in and do the bowls where your heart rate's a wee bit lower, so you can really, you're talking elite level bowling here. So glory holing and bowling, you know what I mean? That's what we're all about.
A feature in a performance by Joe Dolan.
Yeah, well, there you go. You've got all you need. Glory holing
Do you,
and bowling with Joe Dolan. There you go.
do you think it's bad etiquette to back up to a glory hole? Like, do you think any guys are doing that? Like going up with the I'm sorry to say the back bum, but that's where the bum
I mean,
is,
well, it all depends where you're going. You know what I mean? I think if you're going there when a guy's trying to put his kisser to the hole, you're giving him pink eye. That's not fair. He's not bought into that. Whereas if you're going, where say the dinkle goes through, you're offering a different experience. You're offering something a wee bit more eclectic. Let's just say, I'm open, quite literally, to either. So
yeah.
So it's a good time.
No, that's nice. How much would it take for you and me to like snog for like honestly like 45 seconds? Because you've been weird about that a lot before. Like I've written sketches where I'm like, oh, we like kiss. And by the way, I'm gonna put this out there and nobody will believe me. You know the way like I feel like, and this has never been touched on, I don't think, on a podcast or out loud. Do you remember there was like a period where like guys our age, like our generation, whenever guys were like 20, they used to like, and by the way, this is in inverted commas, for banter, get off with each other on nights out.
You know
Do
what?
this?
You know what? I'm going to be totally honest with you.
Yes, I'm here for this juice.
You're a little bit younger than me.
Right? That's what you would say to the guys at the start of these nights.
And I would say, listen, I have never known my friends or me to do anything like that. Now, before we go any further, why am I doing the Trump? But before we go any further, there was a night out that I was in Thompson's garage. I'm not talking about the fella across the street, right?
Mike Thompson?
Yeah, I was in the nightclub Thompson's garage. In fact, I'm a liar and I'm apologizing. I was in Sky, which is now,
nice.
it's like the Jaggy Nettle or something, right? And I was doing, in fact, I'm lying again. I was in the M Club, final answer, right? I was in...
shittest version of
I was in the M Club.
Days I've ever heard.
And Monday I was in Thompson's garage. Tuesday I went to Sky. Wednesday I was in the M Club, and Thursday I was in bed. And so I was doing a pee, and my mate, Maka.
Yeah.
He said to me, he goes, Dave.
Oh no.
In fact, it was in Cafe Kale in Bangor. That's correct, right? And I knew I'd get there eventually. But
so
it was
two things. Number one, did you say Cafe G Hole, like Cafe Glory Hole?
No, Cafe Kale. Cafe G Hole is what I'm going to invent, I think, down the street.
Secondly, it's going to be weird when you're at a urinal and your mate uses your first name with a gap then.
Yeah, and he goes, David. And I went, yes, mate. And he goes, you know what would be funny? And I went, what? And he goes, if when you're pissing, I hold your dick. And I went, you know what? That's pretty funny. So for a second, he just held my willy while I was peeing. And that, to me, was hilarious. But obviously, and he was laughing his head off. I was laughing my head off. And I was laughing. And you know when you laugh and you're peeing, the pee's flying everywhere. And he was getting embarrassed with pee and he was trying to control it, which made it even funnier.
So
And
he's like
then,
moving. So
yeah,
he's like moving
yeah.
around. And all
And
that. He's
then
like,
eventually,
oh,
you know, whenever you finish peeing, you
yeah,
have to like shake off the pee.
yeah.
Basically, he just kept shaking until I came. And that was it. No, he
And
just
this was by this time you
yeah.
got back to your house.
Yes, and he used his mouth. No, it was just he held it for a wee second, and then we laughed at it, and then that afterwards I was like, yeah, it was a bit weird because it was I've never had, and like I've never actually to this day I've never had anyone just hold my flaccid willy. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously I've had people footer with a rock on, but never just the way. And it's a weird sensation, but it was funny at the time. But
Footer with a rock on sounds like the Finnish entry in Eurovision.
but I did that, and that was pretty weird. But I mean, never have I just got off with guys. Now, here's where I'm going to come at you with the question.
Yep.
You kind of what I like to consider your schooling as is very similar to prison. You know, you went to an all boys school, and if you're in an all boys school, you kind of are like, you know, well, I'm in prison. I'm not going to see girls here, so should we just all fuck? And that's kind of what happens in all
Yeah.
boys schools. So you know,
Yeah.
luckily for you, you got a lot of that out of it. And I mean, for you, you were quite a late bloomer, weren't you? You were very
Out of me, got it into
you
me.
know, and effeminate. So you would have been kind of like the one the guys would go, the butch guys in prison would go for. You'd be the one that would kind of like, you know, like have you ever seen The Longest Yard?
Yeah.
You'd be like those kind of guys that are they girls or the guys? Who knows? But that would be you in your school. And I
I
mean,
spent a lot of my time in the school toilets. Hey, do you know it'd be funny?
what was that?
If I held it was a callback
Oh, right,
to
okay.
Rebecca calling you because that's
I
my
thought you were
struggle
going to
fitness.
go, oops, no more toilet roll. You know, just offering out your services as a human B-Day. Like you're
That's why
the human ATM. So before you became an ATM, you were a B-Day, and I like that.
that's why I was always going home from school with 12 rolls of Mandrex in my bag.
You were preparing for the lockdown before it was fashionable. That's like where spog rolls
So
coming from.
back to my point, I remember this
No,
time
you
where
need
those
to
fellas.
also get out of this point and into your ring again. So if you can do that, this is the greatest
It all
closer
involves
ever.
rings.
Yeah.
So what happened was I remember there was a time on nights out where mates would be like blitzed and all, and we know guys that have openly like talked about the guys that are like, oh no, it's just like banter with mate. And I sort of get that, but it was weird because they would get really
Yeah.
like, this is funny and all, but they were like kind of into it. And I just was going to shock people by saying like I've never like snogged a guy, but I have written a lot of sketches where two guys kiss,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
never been up for one. And I thought you would because I thought you would think because you're like you're straight on paper for sure,
yeah,
but on card, on card you're bisexual, and I would have thought you, and I think you definitely have a curiosity about you. I
yeah.
think if you were to ever kiss a guy, you would do very well for it to be me.
Yeah, like I remember once there was a guy who tried to kiss me, and to be fair,
Who? What was the context?
right, I was on a night out. I think you may very well have been with me that night, and it may very
It
no,
was me.
it wasn't you, but it was what had happened was I was in this bar in Belfast. Now it's not going to start how the last one started. This 100% know what bar I was in. I was in this bar. It's like a theme bar, you know, where there are bars around Belfast and they're themed after like certain things, like movies and stuff.
Yeah.
This particular bar is themed after Top Gun, the film, you know, after its lead character, Maverick, and that's the name of the bar, this like Top Gun theme bar. So being a big fan of Top Gun, I thought, hey, I go to this bar, Maverick, and I was just there, and I was having a few drinks at the bar, and there was this guy there, and he was like, you know
Were you
me.
there by yourself?
No, I was there actually with a few friends who you will know. No, they were actually a guy I work with, football friend, and his other football friend who's a formidable holding midfielder. Right, we were having a great time, and
N'Golo Kante. Yeah.
yeah, and we were having a nice time, and we're at this bar, and you know me, I'm a sucker for a compliment. You
I thought
know,
you were just going to leave it there.
I put my hands up, and if someone says something nice about me, I'm swooning, right? So this guy was saying lots of nice things about me, and he goes, "Let me give you a peck in the cheek," and I was like, "Well, I mean, if it'll keep the compliments rolling, stick her here, right?" So he did that, and I was fine. Then he got me a drink, and then he was like, "Can I give you another kiss?" But he was sort of intimating that he wanted it to be in the lips, and I was kind of like, "No, thank you. Cheeks are grand." But then what he did was whip this.
Ouch.
No, he whipped his tongue out. Except he went like this, but his tongue wasn't complete. It was like split, like a reptile's tongue. So he had like two wee bits in the end of his tongue, and that freaked me out. That was like I was all for him giving me a little bit of a kiss in the cheek, but then when he wanted to snog me with a serpent's tongue, like one thing I've been taught from a young boy is never trust a serpent. I remember the Bible. I know Adam and Eve don't fuck with serpents, and that guy was a serpent, and it did sort of make me a wee bit taken aback. Like never seen this a reptile human before, but it was an eventful night. Like,
You fucking?
well, yeah, only a bit. Like only
Yeah.
not
Just
fully.
as
Like,
mates, as mates.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's to be
Um,
friendly.
yeah. So essentially, this is my third wedding ring because
No, but
I
hold
just
on. So after the serpent, so you what you're doing here is like this is like the first time you're trying a bit of material on stage. You've not honed it yet. You're just winging it out there to see what's going on. You were in the middle of telling me a story about snogging guys in your school, and you were going to tie that up,
which I
and
never did.
then you were going to tie that up by I think unveiling maybe some guys that we know who snog other guys. That's up to you to do that, and then you were going to pull it back into being like, but listen, those days are behind me. I'm a married man now. This is my John Cena inspired spinning wedding ring. Tells the story.
Well, basically, yeah, I don't know why I started talking. I think just a lot of like lockdown frustration has got to me, and I'm just obsessed with talking about guys kissing guys. And I really can't wait to get back out there and read into that, what you will. And I think I need to find your mate,
Serpent tongue.
big,
Worst nickname ever.
big serpent tongue himself, and you just me going about with a wee frozen mouse out of my mouth. but
Very good. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, let's just say that night I'd have been putting the Slytherin hat on my head.
Oh
if you
no.
get what I'm saying. But yes, to cut a long story short, yes, I was talking. I think I got sidetracked talking about guys kissing guys. I don't think that was important to anything.
No. Okay.
So, I mean, it isn't material. I'm not trying to do a bit. This is never going to be material. That's why it's a little bit scattergun. What I was trying to tell you is you asked me about my wedding ring, and I said it's my third wedding ring. And I'm just going to say, I can't even remember how I lost the last two, but if anybody is about the Giants Ring area of Belfast and you happen to see, you happen to see a platinum ring with 16 Schwarzkopf diamonds in it, just give me a shout because I know the owner. I just keep losing them. And here's what's mental. I've lost one over lockdown in the house somewhere, so I bought a new one.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm going to say to you is I've seen one you're wearing, and I mean, man, why don't you just get one that fits? You're definitely wearing one. It's kind of like, like some guys will talk about, I condoms, I buy triple XL condoms, and you're like, but you don't need that for your dick. And why do you buy? Is it like a peacocking thing? You're like, I have the biggest ring here. My ring's so big. I lose it. I lose the run of myself, and I've lost my ring.
Well, I've mugged myself off here because I
can't wait to hear this.
Right. I don't know what size my ring is, right? I mean, you know what size yours is, and I would say expanded.
Yeah, have you ever seen a catfish ready to take the rod? I'll leave that thought with you.
Same color too. I don't know what color catfish is, but at the same time, yeah, I didn't know what size my ring was, right? And I just get wedding rings. I mean, you should never start that sentence like that. I just get my wedding rings of plural. Out of Argos, right? I just want a cheap one.
Yeah.
I'm not into like having like The one I have on my toe, a couple of my toe
Yeah.
rings are very expensive, but on my hands I don't really mind because I know I'm going to lose them. So I didn't know what size it was, so I went on to Amazon a couple of days before I ordered it and bought like a ring sizing kit.
Yeah.
100% true story. If I could be bothered, I would go and get it for you, and I'll send you a picture of it tonight.
I can't
I'll
see
send you a
that.
picture of my ring tonight, and yeah, it has basically like all the different sizes on like a chain, and you try them on and pick the one you want.
Yeah.
And I've just realized something.
Uh-huh. What? What have you done?
I was looking at all the different size rings, and
Uh-huh.
I was kind of holding it beside my finger
Yeah.
to see what I think the same size would be, and I just realized.
You put it on.
Put it on.
Oh, the
Yeah.
dickhead. Oh my god.
So that's why it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
I'm
you know
dickhead.
how I actually how I got my wife's engagement ring?
No,
I
Norgate, one of claw machines.
no, I had obviously decided I'm gonna propose this bitch, you know what I'm saying? And with what comes with that, you need to drop a ring on her because she ain't no cheap hoe, you know. So I decided I'm gonna get her this ring. But it was like, how do I know? Like you say yourself, I don't. Everyone always says like, how do you know about getting a ring? Do you like discuss sizes? But that gives it a surprise, the way of surprise. So I basically went and got the ring that she would have worn the most, and just like popped it on, and it turns out it fit just perfectly on my pinky. So I was like, her finger is exact dimension of my pinky. This is sweet. And I remember I went into like the jewelers, and there was like a woman, you could just imagine her. She was like, you go in, she's like, well, what do you want? And I was like, well, a ring from a bitch. And she was like, all right. So then I was like, right, this is the size. She goes, you don't know the size. You have to use the size. And I'm like, nah, I know the size. It's the size of my pinky. And then she told me a story. It's like, men have measured their partner's fingers when they've been asleep. They've actually used string and blah, blah, blah. There's
That's
no
creepy.
way to do it correctly. And you're probably wrong. You need to get her sized. And I just went like this to the woman, in hindsight, a bit rude. I just put my finger right up onto her lips and went, hush your bitch mouth, right? And I said, I know the size of this hoe's ring, right? And she went, oh. And then,
Can I say, Dave,
yeah,
just give you a heads up, I think this is really disrespectful
to who?
to the entire community of Lauren.
All right, okay, that's fair then. So I just got this, and then I decided I went above her. I went and said, listen, I said, you know what I'm not going to do first and foremost? A, take your shit, and B, give you this cash money that I got for 1 gig. I'm not going to give you the guts of £5,000 for this ring. So I left and I went somewhere else, and I went in and I said, look, this is going to sound weird, but my wife's finger's the same size as my pinky. Can I get this ring? And I got the ring, and then I proposed, and guess what? It was like I was the fucking prince and she was Cinderella. Bingo. And that fitted perfectly, and she hasn't had there's never been a ring that's fitted better. Even tested rings. Now my ring is a piece of shit. It cost me a damn fortune, and it's the chips in it that's flipping it. But I mean, it's mine, and Catherine's been talking to me about getting a new ring. But the reason I'm growing out my hair, because I'm stubborn. I'm not this. She's like, you'll never have that any length of time. This will be with me forever, and it's going to look like it'll look like an antique, like as if it was taken from the dead body of a soldier from the Battle of Hastings, but I'll still have it on. I'll still be proud.
How much did you spend on it? I spent £70 on mine.
On my ring? 600 quid.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Why? That's the most absurd thing I've ever heard.
Because I just thought, see, here's the thing with getting married and weddings, right? People just tell you this is how much things have to cost. Like, you go in and you'd be like, did you go into the garage on the way to like go to view a wedding venue, and you'd be chatting to the guy in the garage, you'd be like, mate, I'm waiting if you fucking a wedding venue here. And you'd sit him in front of him, packet of chewing gum, and look at it, and you go, oh, fuck's sake, mate, it's cost me an arm and a leg. How much is that? And he goes, 18 quid. And I go, dead on, you're just used to paying it. So when I went into the jewelers and I got 600 quid, I was like, all right, take it.
That's absurd. Although to be fair, I've
Mhm.
probably spent 600 now combined on the three rings I bought, so it sort of makes sense in a way.
Yeah, I mean, I think that yeah, you may as well buy one and get embedded into your finger, like I've done, and then just don't lose it. But it looks like me that you have a very like your fingers are almost like a lanky person's knee, in that it's quite bulbous around the joint, like of your knuckle, and then thin the other end. So once you pop it through this big bulbous knuckle, it kind of shakes about and jingles a wee bit.
Uh, I've got to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get a mystery guest to come on the
Uh-huh.
podcast, and the person hasn't replied to me yet. But now I know they've seen it,
Uh-huh. Oh,
and
whoa.
it's a little bit upsetting.
And how long ago did they see it?
They saw it 4 minutes ago.
Okay, well, maybe they're trying to get the hookup.
Can I just tell you who? Well, I'll tell you who I asked first.
Uh-huh, okay.
First of all, I asked Snipper Shanky if he would come onto the podcast just to sort of chat about the origins
Yeah.
of the character, and
Oh, no.
uh,
What is the mystery guest? Have they replied currently, or
the mystery guest has not yet replied, which is
right?
sad.
Do you want to give it 5? And if they've not replied, you can unveil it.
Yeah, I'll do that. I mean, I
Like,
could totally understand why this guest wouldn't want to come on.
right? Well, give me a clue, and if I can guess, one clue.
Um, I would say this person is local and is probably over 50.
All right,
That's it.
okay. I mean, that's
So
hard to get. What who I would have guessed that you probably that who probably would not have wanted to come on would be Assistant Chief Constable Alan Todd, because obviously there's a Boytown character that we named before we knew Alan Todd was a police officer, and that indeed was your yet to be born child, Alan Todd.
Alan Todd, the angry baby. I think that's really. I mean, I think he probably hates us, Constable Alan Todd, because
No,
we
no,
put
no,
him in.
no. I think it's Deputy Chief Inspector. No, Deputy. What's overall Chief Constable? Yeah, it's the proper. It's a big dog. I'm told. Like,
Yeah, but like it kind of undermines sometimes if he's like, "Oh, you got to do this here," and people see Alan
yeah.
Todd because the Boytown listeners, the citizens of Boytown, just picture little baby Alan Todd, angry baby Alan Todd in their head, just being really angry
Oh,
about
hold
people
on, hold on.
forgetting.
I'm actually speaking out of turn because Alan Todd is merely the temporary Assistant Chief Constable. So come on, that's the real Chief Constable is the baby Alan Todd. So it's all right. It's two Alan Todds at the top of PSNI, but it would just be ludicrous for a baby to be seen as the face of the place.
Yeah,
So
two
yeah, that's
two Alan
fair.
Todds don't make it right.
No.
So we got to talk about this. People are going to be very excited because tomorrow night or Friday night, or I don't know when you listen to this, it's back, baby. The rave lockdown is back.
That was the worst
TV
one
boy,
ever, wasn't it?
TV boy. They said we were done. People wrote us
Mm.
off. People were like, "You got to ride into the sunset." The boys obviously did a 10-week run in Radio Ulster that some
Mm.
people described as class,
I
and
mean,
it was.
like, have you been spoken to by Warner Brothers Studios yet about making the Ray of Lockdown movie?
Yes, and I know who's
Yeah,
going to play it, both of us.
yeah. One person, Andy Serkis.
They're talking about Glenn Close for me,
Okay,
and for you, they've got them. Who's that guy from People Just Do Nothing?
I don't know.
Jabody G. Do you know
Oh
Jabody
yeah,
G?
it's a Body G.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fair. It's good.
Jabody, Jabody G and Glenn Close
Because
are going to play us.
Because what was weird, because I know we're doing the Boytown movie as well, and in that you're being played by Prince William's son. I can't actually remember what his name is. They need to wait till he grows up, and I'm oddly being played by Terry Crews. But it's going to be a very
No,
good
you're being
show.
played by Derek Chisora.
I mean, two guys that don't act, but I think that's all you need for. I tell you what, it's starting to get dark outside. I'm gonna pop my lights on real quick.
All right. Weird flex that you have some sort of studio, but I like
Yeah,
it. Whoa,
I
whoa,
mean,
that
look,
looks class, man.
thank you, dude.
That looks
Dude Fresh.
class.
Do you ever get called Dude Fresh?
Nah, but you know what we are
What?
in this color? We're the lemon boys or the banana boys. What do you prefer?
I think we're the mustard squad. Squirt, squirt. Because I mean, a lot of people have said that about us generally on the podcast or on the radio. You pair mustard, and I mean, You believe it here? What I want to do is there's a wee bit of chat going on in our group chat here. I don't know if you've seen that about like conspiracy
Yeah,
theories. I'm
keeping an
keen to
eye.
see where it's at.
You take a
Um,
look at that, and I'm going to say this:
yeah,
the rave lockdown's back. So me and Davy Boy, me and Papa Bear, the Mustard Squad are on BBC Sounds now.
yeah,
BBC Sounds were like sort of like when Cristiano Ronaldo played at Man United, he hadn't even reached his peak yet, and all of a sudden Real Madrid came in for him. That's
yeah,
kind of what it is. Like we can't play for Man United anymore because Man
yeah.
United have signed replacements. Like Man United have brought, who did they bring in after Ronaldo?
There was not no Lewis Nani was there before, wasn't he? They were wee mates
Who was,
together.
yeah. Yeah, so it's like Nani, like, but now we've signed for a different club, but they're owned by the same
Uh-huh.
group. So it's a little bit like we've signed for Melbourne Victory
Hmm.
from Man City.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's fair.
Owned by the same group, so the deal was easy to be made. So basically, the boys are on BBC Sounds. We recorded it last night. It was funny. It was the same old. I was about
Mhm.
to say the same old shit, but that would be not a good advert for the
No,
show.
I
There's
mean,
no you know what it is? It's just dance classics. It's me and Davy
but
Boy giving people shout outs,
I,
and
wa-
the
I,
people
wa-
the people want it.
but I want the people to know now. Now we can kind of come out and say because it's on Sounds, it's a podcast rather than a radio show, so we're not live anymore. We're going out pre-recorded. So if people want to get the shout outs in, you just need to hit us up early in the week, not when the radio show's playing, not when it's on. You
That's
need to
right, baby.
wait and you need to hit us up in advance in
That's
your
right, baby.
pants. Yeah.
And Citizens Boytown, I'm talking to you right now. Okay, the Ring King, the Mustard Squad Colonel is talking right now. What I want, the main Lemon Boy, what I want to say is the Lemon Boys need you to listen and download the show because we are going to look fucking stupid if you don't, because we cause quite a fuss trying to get this show back. All right, people say ask for something once and it's
Mhm.
not it's not, you don't have enough class if you keep asking for something.
Yeah.
Hey, it turns out sometimes it does work. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're back and we need everybody to get the BBC
You know,
Sounds app.
you know that little French boy. Do you remember from back in the day, lived in the orphanage, or as the French say, les orphanages? He went up and he was like, "Yo, j'habite un essai more pourage, s'il vous plaît." And they were like, "Olivier, get the fuck." We were just like, "No," and we just stayed there with our bowl until eventually there were some pity crumbs thrown into it, and we're like, "Right, okay, we'll go now. I'll continue the rave lockdown," because there are people out there who, you know what, tonight's the first night they didn't clap for carers, and I hate that people have quit that. But anyway, I never did it because it was the time my daughter goes to bed. But that's not the point. My point is there are people out there, frontline workers, nurses, doctors, people working in Tesco's, delivery drivers for Amazon. They're all important. They're like, they are the A level people. They are the A levels, the level A, the tier A, and there's only one level above, and that's the A star, and that's the presenters of the rave lockdown.
No man, no man,
We
no.
people have called us the Dame Vera Lynn of radio, and I don't know whether that's because you do have a slight resemblance to the 100-year-old crooner, but I'll take it. I think we are pandemic heroes, and she was a wartime hero, and together we are curing the coronavirus.
Well, people are calling us the Banana Boy Superman. That's getting
Yeah.
called. We're being called the Wonder Boys, the Mustard Squad Wonder Boys.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: we're just fucking two guys. We're
Yeah,
just
we
two.
are. Just two guys carrying ugly. That's all we are. Just lads out living it up, saving lives. Now, all I want to say is
We're not saving us.
since we were taken off the air, true or false, there have been,
you made it sound like we were on air, and then they came and lifted us out. And we were just like
since
flapping
we
our
have
arms.
been taken off the air, the people like idiots have flocked to the beaches. They have flocked to public areas. They're in house parties, hugging their mates, thinking it's all fucking great. It isn't. We need back in the air to tell people there's a pandemic. We need to look after each other. I, for one, you for two, actually. You're soon to be a dad. Like, you want to be in the room. You want to deliver the baby. You've already said that you have got your doctorate during this lockdown. You are now official. You're a midwife. You're a mid-husband. I don't know what those guys are called, but you're one of them, and you want to deliver your baby. I want to be in the delivery room
Well, the
for
good.
whenever your child's born, but also when mine's due in late
Well,
September. So I don't want people spreading this virus and there to be a second wave, or I'll lose my mind, brother.
the good thing about being the mustard squad is you automatically by default get given any medical degree that you want.
Mhm.
So I'm now an anesthetist, which I don't even know if I
Yeah,
can say properly. But anyway, whenever that means that whenever you're having your baby, I can be there. I
yeah,
will be the anesthetist. And listen, your wife might not get the right medication, but the main thing is I'll be there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's going to be a nice time. So shout out to everybody in the
Yeah,
mustard
and you,
squad.
you know what I actually am? In my medical degree, I am the testicle comforter. Have you ever heard of that doctor role?
No,
Now, you might know guys if like say for you, like you and me, we're both having kids. We're gonna end up getting vasectomies, getting our willies cut off. You know, that's just what happens
that's what it
eventually.
is.
You get it's a vasectomy. It's like where they take your wee willy up and they just snip it clean off. And what happens there? The role of the ball comforter is to be there to just hold the balls to make sure and sort of stroke them to make sure they're okay.
So it's like, is it like a ball whisperer kind of thing?
No, it's more of a kisper because you comfort the balls
The
while
ball kisper?
yeah the ball kisper you do that just make sure the balls are okay while they're doing the vasectomies.
Excuse me, David, while I
Uh-huh.
just make a note of the name of this week's episode.
I mean, I thought we were going to go for glory holes and outdoor bowls. So that's a call as well. But if you want to go for the ball whisperer, it's fair.
I think that's it. I think that's what we need. We got to talk about this as well. This is vintage Boytown Boo. You know why?
Yeah. Why?
Because we were like, but just before we recorded, we're like, okay, we'll talk about this, and this. We've talked
Uh-huh.
about sweet Evea, those things, but that's sometimes the way it is when you're one of the banana boys. You get
Yeah.
sidetracked. You know what I mean? Like it's a
Yeah.
bit like, whenever you see something shiny when you're a kid
Yeah.
and you just start following it.
We're the Magpie Boys. So we do flip in and we just gnaw down on whatever money's around, isn't it? The
And you
Magpie
know what
Boys.
our tagline is? How about
What?
this? One for sorrow, two for banter.
I mean, there's a tagline for our next script we're going to develop ourselves. The Magpies.
Hey, we've been throwing some cookie ideas out there recently
Yeah.
anyway, so this wouldn't even be a weird
Yeah,
one.
true.
Yeah. Is it weird that we're two like full writer guys now? Like we're two like
Writer?
authors, writer,
Oh,
writer,
yeah, we are. I mean,
screenwriters, you and me just always like, oh man, I've got listen,
yeah.
do you know what I like to say to people now? I go,
What?
I've got the script for you. I say
Yeah.
that to people, even when they're not actors, like the
Mhm.
bin man who took our bin yesterday. I said, the guy said, I've got a script for you. And he goes, what? And it's just because the lorries are very loud.
Yeah, of course.
And I've got a script for you. And then I couldn't hear him. And basically I had to get into the band to tell him where it was quieter.
And was
And
the
then he
guy
get
was
out
the
of me
guy,
all the band.
yeah, I was going to say like social distance, get out.
Well, no, it was still social distancing because what they would do is they were beating me up, but like from like it was like a one like he kept me at the end of his arm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was
You
like
know,
a
you know
one
what
touch.
would be 10 out of 10 great if they're trying to do social distance in sports again and they try to bring back boxing. If you know you got those boxing gloves on the end of like the spring and you had to squeeze them, so you had like
Well,
Tyson Fury
I'd clean up.
going. Yeah,
I'd clean up.
yeah, you would be very
These
hard to
arms.
get. Yeah, true. And the fingers alone.
Genuinely, if that is a thing, social distance in boxing, right? I'm going to make
Yeah.
a big call here. I'll fight Frampton.
Well, I mean, true. If you have to keep a distance, I suppose your arms are what 6 foot each.
My arms are 6 feet and I'm 5'11".
Yeah, that's and Frampton's what height wise, like 4'6" or something.
Frampton would be 5'7".
I think he's shorter than that. I think he's 4'6", mate. You can ask him, text him there, and ask him.
You know what would happen? I get really mugged off because I challenge him to this social distancing fight, and then just as the bell rang, they would be like, "Okay, the laws have been lifted. You can fight close quarters now."
Yeah, and then you
And then,
probably have sword tummy.
Yeah. I'd go, no.
You would probably do the most bitch thing. You would drop down and cover your head, and pretend to be knocked out, and it'd be 10 out of 10 great. Have you ever seen the movie? I think it's Snake Eyes, is it? Where it's
Gary Sinise.
Yeah.
Gary Sinise. Snake
Is it not
Eyes.
Sinise?
Yes. I mean, Snake Eyes was a weird film because the plot is like, is it like a bodyguard sees something at a fight, and
Yeah.
then
But there's
I
like
don't know.
there's like there's a bit of a fake bet going on that the boxer takes a fall, but then there's like a shootout or someone shoots a gun, and the boxer is supposed to be unconscious. There he is. The boxer is supposed to be unconscious. He's just lying there pretending to be out cold. The gun goes off, and he's like, "Yes, oh and shit, I need to be out again." And that's when they're like, "Oh, they're taking bungs, dirty bastards." That's a good show with your favorite actor in it as well, Nicholas Coppola, aka Nicholas Cage. Yeah, Nicholas Cage. What a guy. What about this guest of the ditched?
The guest has said, hold on, it might be happening.
Oh, wow.
And they gave me a great response.
Did I read the response?
Okay.
Oh, this is exciting for the audio listeners here. Shane's
Okay,
trying to
the
build up
response
this
is
guest.
this. The response is this. Hey Shane, sorry. I was doing a live with Darren Clark, but it doesn't say what a live was, and I'm just finished, or I would have loved to have done it. Next time, thumbs up. And I've said we're on air for about another 20 minutes. If next week suits better, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And I said I'll give you a shout. So either way, it's a victory for Boytown, and I would be very excited to get this this person on. I think it'd be a whole lot of fun. A whole lot of fun for sure. I think
I feel like I know who it is. Can I give you a clue?
Yeah. I don't know what that means. No.
What am I doing?
You're winking at me?
Yeah, is it
Stephen Watson?
Yeah.
No.
Is it somebody that would rhyme with Snodfather or Dodfather? Is it Pete Snodden?
Nope, not Pete Snodden.
Oh no, who I thought it would have been. He sounds like the kind of guy would be live with Darren Clark or Winker Watson. I can't think who else it would be.
Let's just say it might be happening because.
Oh, can I give you another clue and tell me if this is right?
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't know what that is.
Look, it's a handshake.
Right? No.
That's great.
So what's happened is this is very me, right? This person's like, I'm a little bit busy, could do it next week, and I've basically been like, all right, but let's do it now. So, so I don't know whether it can happen, but I'm gonna invite. Right? No. I'm not telling you who it is. I know that you're like, all right, but the listeners might not like this because it's like it's not Boytown material. Yeah. But maybe in the meantime, you can tell the listeners a little bit about the present that I got for your daughter, just being a great friend to you, a great guy.
So what are you doing then at the moment? Are you trying to get this person into this chat? Is it looking like it may happen?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Well, basically, I was enjoying a quiet week, and then all of a sudden the doorbell rings. I'm thinking, Amazon's coming here. There's nothing that I'm expecting from Amazon. And then I open the door. It's this big parcel, and it says to Holly Elliott, my daughter's name. And when I'm looking at it, I'm going to myself, weird, because she doesn't have access to Amazon unless she's just done it by fluke. Like, say you put enough monkeys in a room, they'll type out the works of Shakespeare. That's a load of balls. But this particular time, I thought maybe it's happened. Open it up. There's this like little Peppa Pig doll. And I thought it's very sweet. And then I see this bit of paper, and it says, to Holly, love, Uncle Shane. And I think to myself,
sorry,
no.
Dave, sorry to interrupt. I don't know if this person thinks they're coming on now or next week. But if you see a thing where someone wants in, don't spend too much time looking at it. Just bring them in.
Okay. But the second present was there was just another box in it. When I opened it, it was the worst keyboard in the world, the loudest, most obnoxious keyboard. And Holly's just basically been playing that keyboard. And the thing about it is, it's the loudest keyboard in the world. Like I could go and get it now, but I feel like it would be too.
Something might be happening. But what I like,
I've never seen you so excited.
You sent me a picture of the keyboard, and you said, "Oh, I don't have any batteries." And I genuinely went on Amazon to prime you some batteries.
But I got batteries. Yeah, I did get batteries. I have
So
a funny
don't.
feeling that this person's not coming in.
I, I feel like my heart's pumping a bit because
Uh-huh. You've sort of built it up. You kind of have to do it now because.
okay, they're typing.
Oh no! Oh no!
I think the listeners will enjoy this because they're getting the excitement that we're
Yeah,
feeling.
true.
Is there a meeting password? Oh, they're coming in.
Oh no!
Uh,
Oh, is this someone associated with the podcast?
no.
So it wouldn't be somebody with any association to Sexy NI for any chance? No.
No.
That's what I was thinking. I was using the Darren Clark connection there.
No. But I just think you would like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, they're coming. It's asking.
Do you accept it?
What do you mean? Do I accept it?
Because there's nothing coming up my end here. So if I'm
okay,
obviously...
no. I didn't think there was a password on this meeting, but it turns out there is.
And what is the password?
It's just an automatically generated one.
Okay,
so
we're... This is exciting.
Okay, yeah. The password's been said.
Right. Okay. Here we go. Look at you. You're like a giddy child.
Right. I just want to say the Boytown listeners, as soon as this person comes in, are going to want to know what the crack is. So, I think you should lead. Do you mind leading it?
Leading it? Sure. Yeah. No, I can do that.
Okay. I want you to drive it. I need a drink.
I mean, this is exciting.
I'll say this.
See who it is, yeah.
Complete fair play to this person for coming on because you'll.
I think I know who it is.
Is someone trying to get in?
No, but I think I know. Oh, admit. I'm ready to admit. Here we are. Let's see. Oh, it's an iPhone. It's connecting to audio. Audio's connected.
There's a lot of there's audio, but there's no video just yet. This is a big moment of tension for the Boytown universe. So the person that has joined our chat might need to hit join video. Paul Stafford, welcome sir to the podcast. Thanks very much for joining us.
This is a moment I never thought I would see. This is the real life Maud versus Todd banter war coming face to face. I feel I should step out and leave you guys to it. Welcome, Paul. How are you?
It's a pleasure to be here, lads. Thank you.
That's great. I mean, your hair is looking fantastic in comparison to both of ours, which is to be desired.
Well, you probably don't live with a hairdresser. I do, so I'm okay for haircuts.
Yeah, you're looking great. What would you be doing with his though off the bat? He's obviously struggling. Mine's going, whereas Shane is kind of he's trying something different with his hair at the moment.
Well, do you know what I think everybody should do? Just cut your own hair, put it on YouTube, and let all us professional hairdressers enjoy the fun.
I think it's a good idea.
Just stream all the haircuts.
Paul, Dave's hair is very much business in the front, party at the back. Like he should permanently keep those headphones on because on top it's not looking like deceptive. Like from the front, Dave looks great. Yeah. I'm sure you could maybe put him in some shots. But if you got an aerial view of this guy,
it's all done. Like
the good thing, Dave, is you've got such an impressive beard. No one's going to be looking at your hair.
See, that's the thing, because the only thing is now I'm sort of thinking I can grow it back and top knot it, and kind of cover the patch, but either I'll bring it up from the sides or just go for like a Hulk Hogan type look instead. I think it's probably my only option because it's going.
Dave, can you explain why we have Paul on the podcast and why Paul is a major part of Boytown podcast history?
Yeah, do you know much about this, Paul, or is this kind of like a new thing for you to find out?
No, but the reason that I agreed to come on is because I remember a few years ago that I was being cyberbullied by your sidekick here for a long period of time. It was proper bullying. That's why I ignored him.
Okay.
So when I said to my daughter, to my daughter, oh, I've just been invited on this podcast by Shane Todd, and she says, oh, you got to do that. So there you go.
Okay. Right. Well, what it was, we go ahead, Shane. You think it's great.
Well, there's a big defense here, Dave. Can you please explain the origin of all this?
We had this segment on the podcast for a good while until it started to get ridiculous, where it was he basically had control of my Twitter account, and then I had control of his, and we tried to like engage a strange response from people, and I just thought, Shane's name's Todd. You're known for your mod style, so why don't we combine the two, have a mod versus Todd banter war? So that was what we were trying to go with, and it just became really popular. People were really behind it, and it was one of the funniest things there was. And I love that we got this together. Now it's great.
I did follow it, and I could see that it was probably going to turn into some sort of street fight or some sort of scooters at dawn type thing. So,
Vespas at dawn.
Vespas at, but yeah. So it was all good.
Yeah, in my defense, Paul. So the way this started was it was a feature on the podcast, and as Dave said, he controlled my Twitter, I controlled his. And we like to go local with it because we thought we've way more chance of getting a response. So you would basically, anybody like yourself that was well known at some point got a tweet from us. And the thing was to almost make the tweets peculiar. Like Dave used to always make me use the hashtag sexy NI, which in no way makes sense. But he would always ask me to tweet yourself, Alan Campbell Modelling Agency, and Miss Northern Ireland. And he always made it seem that I wanted to do, as he made me tweet, a sexy shoot.
But there was a time when you were a younger man, Shane, where you did get a lot of like modelling photos done. You might know it's about Shane, a comedian. He fancied himself as a bit of a model, so I was trying to help him maybe get signed to Alison Campbell Modelling Agency, which it got to the point where I think didn't the agency get back to you to be like, right, come in and have a chat, and you were kind of like, oh, I'm going to have to try and become a model here. So there was that. And then myself, my ongoing theme was that I kept trying to come up with new business ideas for Ulster rugby player Rob Herring. So it was always like, it started off initially that I'd put up a picture of a gym saying I'm delighted to announce that I'm opening a gym with Rob Herring. When he saw this, he was going, what the hell's going on here? No
like yourself.
It's ridiculous. So it got to the stage that it got very, very silly. And a friend of mine, he's friends with Rob Herring, and he was out with him one day, and he said, do you know this guy Dave? He keeps sending me these weird things. Like the latest one was that suggested opening a breast milk cafe. So I don't know what that would entail, but he was right. Thought it was just the weirdest thing. So it was just a very bizarre world we'd formed for ourselves.
Paul, one of the worst things as well was that you basically the tweet had to stay up for the length of the podcast. So I would have to tweet you as some sort of thing with like the local beauty agency, basically, or the local beauty industry. And then the thing is, you got to delete the tweet as soon as the podcast was over. So that in my head made it look way worse. And the whole time I was thinking, please don't let me see any of these people out in public, because I don't even know. Like I saw Cecilia, he used to make me tweet local weatherwoman Cecilia Daly quite a lot as well for zero reason. And I saw her in the gym once, and I couldn't work out why she gave me like a second glance, maybe a bit of a dirty look. And then I totally realized. So yeah, did you find it a bit weird at the time, Paul? Did you think it was just bizarre?
Yeah, why? Who wouldn't? Of course, it was weird. The thing was, my staff kept saying to me, they kept, oh, this is great. Shane Todd's been talking about you on Instagram, and this is, or on Twitter. And I was going, yeah, but this guy, he's stalking me. He's just trying to take a piss. And they were going, no, you must reply. And I was going, no, I'm definitely not replying. But every time you tweeted, of course, everybody was telling me what was going on. But I wasn't there. I'm old, so it was a different world to me.
I didn't know, Paul, that it nearly came to a street fight, and that's something I'd be terrified of, because I imagine you carry a lot of scissors with you.
Scissors and bicycle pumps.
I'm not going to ask what that's for, Paul, but each their own.
Especially don't. Yeah. So, no, but I stuck enough and at the moment, I wouldn't be running around with scissors, but I might still, I might still have a hair dryer that I could fling at you.
Yeah, well, no, Paul. I think we can definitely build bridges here. I would love to get your opinion on my hair. I know we're joking at the start, but I always went over to the right. I always went over to the right up until the start of lockdown, and then I kind of just, I don't know, I just thought, why not try something different? And I've gone over to this side.
Right.
Do you think I would suit long hair? Because that's something I'm really thinking about at the minute.
It speaks volumes about you that you think trying something different is changing the pattern of your hair during lockdown. Other people are trying out new sexual experiences, and all you're concerned about
That's
is
me.
Yeah, do you know something? You just grow your hair, and sure, if it doesn't work, what's the worst that can happen?
Get cyber bullied is what'll happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul. I feel like the mediation here. I feel like what we should do, and it would be totally remiss if we didn't do this. As soon as it's safe to do so, as soon as the lockdown's lifted, I say we get Paddy McGurgan to do the makeup, you do the hair. I say we get Alison Campbell to coordinate and send down some models of all genders, and I say just in the salon we just do a shoot and we just put up a picture just saying #sexy.ni and nothing else, and it's just me and you in there.
Okay, all of a sudden I'm hoping for a longer lockdown.
Paul, you're a great sport for coming on. Thanks very much, and apologies for the 3 years of very bizarre tweets.
Thanks for having us, guys. All the best. Cheers.
No, superb. Take
Appreciate
care.
it, Paul. Thanks
See you
very
later.
much. That's great.
Oh, that was probably the best moment in the history of Boy Time.
That's absolutely fantastic.
That was
That's
10
so
out of 10.
fantastic. What a great guy as well. Just for number one doing it, and he's proper funny as well. I enjoyed that.
He was superb. And you know what the best thing? You know what the
much.
best thing about that is? That's make Boy Town great again. We're coming in strong. We're trying to, and what we should tell people what we're going to try and do going forward now is to have a guest if we can. Try and squeeze on a special guest for the podcast. And I mean, it'll be hard to beat that.
Isn't it crazy how easily Paul just fitted into the Boy Town vibe? And also, is that the first guest we've ever had on? No, we've had Colin on before.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's the first. Like, I didn't even recognize him because his hair wasn't mauve anymore. It was just a real sweet cut he had, and he was. I loved it from him. It was 10 out of 10, great.
Unbelievable of him to come on, and I just love knowing a bit more. I mean, it makes me cringe so much, but I love hearing that like he didn't really see the tweets, but other people, like, how paranoid would you be? Like, that's how awful tweetback was. Like, we thought it was the best thing. I mean, nobody was more uncomfortable than us because it was coming from our Twitter. Yeah. But like when he was talking there, I got those nerves that I would get whenever we were typing out the tweets.
How did you get him? Did you tweet him or did you?
I added him as a friend on Facebook literally like half an hour before the pod. Because I did want to get him on at some point, but I was like, we'll get him on a couple of weeks. And then I thought, you know what, we'll try him tonight, even though it's probably not going to happen. Sent him a Facebook message being like, Shane from the Boy Town podcast. Yeah. I know this is weird, but would love to bring you in an episode to talk about our history. Yeah. And the big guy just stepped up. And
you know what? You know what I think as well? I think what I want all the listeners to do is tweet Paul and say just #thank you Paul, because I think that was one of the best moments. That's my favorite moment in the podcast so far. How many episodes in?
Also, I don't think anyone's going to be offended by me saying this, but the kid's sexy.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely is.
He was like, I'll be honest, not that I didn't expect that from Paul. I know Paul's a guy, obviously takes care of himself. He's in the salon, so he's regularly getting a trim up, but I didn't expect that. Like in lockdown, I think we've all let ourselves go to some extent. But Paul Stafford certainly hasn't. So he
was quiffed, he was trimmed, he looked like he smelled great. This is something.
Yes, I could smell a little bit of pine, and a little bit of citrus. That's what I could smell.
Well, you know what I think we aim to do then going forward is we aim to, like, next week I have to try and get a guest, and each week we'll do it guest week by week, and we'll see who we can get.
And they can be from the Boy Town history books, or it can just be someone from totally left field. It can be totally left field.
Yeah, like as in like Jeremy Corbyn, like a left-sided politician, or
You could have Jeremy Corbyn. You could have former Everton defender Michael Ball. You could have Michael Ball, the singer.
the singer. Yeah,
Yeah, you could. Michael Ball, the singer, would be a phenomenal Boytown guest, I would
yeah,
say, because
yeah,
the guy has a quiff and the guy likes to get loose. So that would
yeah.
definitely be fun. So will we just go into questions because it's a
I mean,
long pod?
listen, all I'm going to say is that's possibly one of my that was the best moment of Boytown. Well done, Shane. I'm a guy that often makes fun of you and bullies you. You could say,
Yeah.
but on this occasion, you really brought it. I'm going to go onto Twitter and read the questions because there's a question on Instagram which comes with a video, and I cried laughing watching it, and I want you to
Right.
see it because it's a slight on your singing. Okay, so we'll go
Excuse
to
me?
that. Yeah, but
What
listen,
the F?
whenever you see the video, you'll forgive it. Okay, so I'll go
Okay,
for the question
okay.
I'll go for the
I'm doing
question on
Twitter.
Twitter
You do
first.
Instagram. I'm doing
No,
Twitter.
no,
You do Instagram.
you do
I'm
Instagram
already in it.
'cause-
I'm already on it. I'm already
yeah,
on
but
it.
I'm already on Twitter as well, my friend. So you go on
I
Instagram
know,
because you have to see this video.
but we only have one question. So
We actually have two, but
on Twitter.
yeah, with two.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll go into Instagram. You want me to bring it up now?
Yeah, you bring it up now, but we'll go first. This is from Bapper. He has said, Bon dia, is there any truth that Papa Bear made a killing selling hand sanitizer to the wee scroats at Helen's Bay?
So this is one of the favorite things that has ever happened, which is whenever I said about you selling hand sanitizer,
mm,
and yeah, people have really got into this. I mentioned it a bit recently, and I like that people haven't forgotten because I
yeah,
deleted it, but it's still in people's minds.
yeah. And I mean, I hate that's still a thing that people still think that I sold fake hand sanitizer. But I'm going to say, listen, if I was going to sell fake hand sanitizer, it would be to the guys at Helens Bay because those guys annoy me. I think that's fair to say. Rebus has asked us, "Buen días, los soberanos del semen," which means good evening, guys of semen, with Longhand Luke and the
Good
butt
evening.
muncher. Oh, with Longhand Luke and the butt muncher getting on TikTok. My question is, what else is something that's really popular now, but in 5 years everyone will look back at and be embarrassed by? I would say
Something
your
popular
hair
on
currently. You'll look
fuck
back at it and go, "Oh fuck's sake!"
TikTok, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to get into it, but
Why do you speak like that? TikTok, yeah. I'm trying to get weirdo. Weird guy.
I don't know. What's something people are into now, but like won't be into a little bit? Do you know what? And something I've gotten into recently, road running for sure. People will go, why did everybody need hip replacements and new knees whenever they were 55?
Yeah.
And the answer is because they're pounding the road, my friend. So that's probably one thing. Although let me
Yeah.
just say this: I ordered some new shoes for running, and they're arriving tomorrow, and it's going to make me run a lot faster.
Yeah, I might treat myself to some gifts.
Nobody treats themselves more. Honestly, you always order stuff for yourself.
Yeah, people call me the Pamper Panda.
Got a new book. Got this new stationery set. You like to get yourself clothes. You're always giving yourself a hookup.
I like to sort myself out with a wee hookup from time to time, my friend. And listen, there could be a hookup coming your way soon, if you know what I mean. So we'll say no more about that.
It's my birthday. Let's point that out. It's my birthday next week on Tuesday.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's my birthday on Tuesday. So Boytown people want to do something for that, especially with a high cash value. Let me know and we'll get it sorted.
Sweet. Now let's see these Instagram questions. Let me just tell you the question that made me laugh out loud, and you need to play the accompanying video. Hold on, let me go into it here myself and have.
Who's it from?
That's what I'm going to tell you. It is from Lauren Tourish. That's who it is, which is of course Irish for Lauren Tour. So
Can I click into it?
yeah, read the question first and then play the video loudly into your mic.
Okay. This wee Vietnamese man made famous on TikTok for singing numbers. Sounds extremely influenced by the money toast.
No. For singing numbers.
Oh right.
Right. Okay. So great. Right. Finish the question and enjoy it.
This got me thinking, could he be, in fact, Shane's biggest fan? Rolantics from back in the day on the pod.
10 out of 10.
What did he used to call me?
A king or like champion, hero, what was it?
Yeah, hero.
Hero, yeah.
Yeah.
Idol.
Yeah,
That was it. Idol.
Idol.
XXX. Yeah.
Roland was this lovely boy from the Philippines with braces who used to message
Does he
me.
does he
every
still
day.
follow you?
Idol. I'll get a message from him every 6 months or so,
Yeah.
just checking in with me. Good to hear from you, boo boo. But I've never written back to him. Although I think I was with you once, and you were like,
Mhm.
right back to him, and I think I wrote back, "What are you up, bro?" or what
Yeah.
are you up, bro? or something like that. And he was, you know what he said back?
What?
Idol.
I love that. Now you're going to play this video of this singer, and I want you to watch it while it's playing. Put it in on the mic. Hold on. Can we get that one more time, please? Oh. Oh, you know what I love about that? I love that he started counting, and somehow by the time he finished, he's been changed into different clothes and brought to a new location. It's so great.
Hold on, let me just count up these messages here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lauren, I
7, 8. That's so sweet. Oh.
I enjoy that.
Whew, it's been a while since I cried laughing on this podcast, but
that was a good call, but extremely disrespectful at the same time. So let's not let it happen again. So mugged off there.
7, 8.
This comes from Richie Laird, who says, "Who wins in a sword fight, Papa Bear or Money Toad?" I can answer this right now. See if it was like one of those long hammers that Gimli would have had. Like, you're definitely Gimli, Lord of the Rings, and I'm Orlando Bloom. Someone please, for the love of fucking God, Photoshop me and you as Gimli and Orlando Bloom from Lord of the Rings.
I'd be called Gimply, and you'd be called Orlando Rim.
You'd be Rimley for sure.
Oh, what did I get? Not Gimply.
Yeah, so someone needs to mock that up, please. Who'd win a sword fight? So for sure, I'd win in a sword fight because I'm slick, I'm sleek. I move like a
there's two arguments. If it's fencing, you win. If it's one of those big slog, old school, Lord of the Rings / Game Thronish, I would win.
Yeah, but I think he's thinking like a classic Knights of the Realm sword fight, in which case I would win if the sword was quite light. Like I look like a little fencer.
What I would say, I would have the big sword up about to smash your head in, and then you would just whip like a wee extendable one, like the pin that Arya uses in Game of Thrones. You'd whip one of them and go into my gullet, and you'd get me.
Matthew Mernon, and here's another video. By the way, if you just listen to the audio, go on our YouTube Boytown Podcast and watch the video version of this week's episode because you'll appreciate it. So Matthew Mernon says, What's the most ridiculous thing you've seen an influencer do? Now, this isn't an influencer really, but there's this guy in TikTok that I was talking to, and do you know Mark Hayes, Dave?
Yes.
Right, Mark Hayes put up a thing of this guy, who is a TikTok famous guy, and he seems to just get really emotional in his.
Oh, is this like Christian guy? Is it?
Is he Christian? I
think if it's like a black-haired curly guy with black hair, like a white guy with curly black hair, like sort of old Ryan Giggs style look about him.
I can't find it. I'll get that for next week on the pod. I'll get that next week. So that's totally irrelevant, me mentioning it.
Yeah.
Coming up question-wise, we got Michael Kerrs, who says, "Hey, fuckers. Recently watched the disturbing yet captivating official film of Boytown Behind the Candelabra. After viewing, I couldn't help but ponder, did the film influence Boytown, or did Boytown influence the film? However, my question is, out of the Boytown boys, who assumes the role of Michael Douglas Liberace, and who is Matt Damon's Scott?" So that's a good question, and there's merits for both.
Okay, well, I feel like this is something you have actually thought about and written in a notepad, so please do take it away.
I could see me being Liberace because I'm probably a little bit more like, go and do this, David.
Yeah.
You know, or like, I like to be like on the chaise long, and I think you'd be doing, like, if we lived together, if we were lovers, I could definitely see you doing like a bit more of the cooking and like more of the stuff around the house. And also, I think my dress sense, like, I maybe push the boundaries like a little bit more, a bit like Liberace.
Yeah.
But I could also see myself being Scott because I would love to be Scott. I think he has a great lifestyle, you know.
Well, I mean, I'm going to say I can see myself. There's certain elements of Liberace, mainly that he wears a wig and has long hair at the sides and back, but not on top, I think. And also, I've had so much surgery to my eyelids that whenever I sleep, it's like this.
Yeah, I mean, there could be both. And also the question, who influenced who? Let's just say that before the Boytown podcast, when they were going to make Behind the Candelabra, it was originally supposed to be an action film. So make of that what you
And
will.
wasn't it your man Jean-Claude Van Damme was supposed to play Liberace, and
True.
that other guy, Channing Tatum, was supposed to be Scott. So it would be pretty dope.
Daniel Hackett, the tennis racket, says, shut shit, banter. Says,
School Shane's at it again.
How would the Spanish singers sing Nickelback Rockstar? Because so we all just don't want to be big cock for.
To live in hillside with healthy arts. It'd be nice. Yeah.
They'll get you and they'll kiss you and the girls are beautiful.
I don't know the rest of the words, so I can't even help with that. But I feel like before this lockdown is lifted, there has to be another Spanish singers. But I think this time we got to do a Gary Barlow style duo, you know, nice duet.
So yeah, we'll definitely get another one on the go. Daniel Houston says, "Well, Papa Bear and Slenderman, with today marking the first anniversary since the first episode of the Dolecast." He's never mentioned the Dolecast before.
No.
I would like to thank both the Money Toad and Papa Bear for replying to every ridiculous question about the Dolecast. It means a lot. My question for this week is, would you rather be fantastic at video content and become huge all over the world, but never do stand-up again? Or do regular gigs, but never make video content again? Well, I basically do regular videos and I'm not known all over the world. So that kind of answers that. And I know what you mean. It's a good question. Because you got to think, don't forget, being big daddy man, like you got to think about the finances. You got to still be making that point.
You know what? I'm not a video guy, so I would say I would rather do stand-up because listen, you need to, at the end of the day, you need to have your bread and butter. You need to be a good stand-up before anything else. Some people come along as video guys and then like, oh, we're stand-ups. No. You do stand-up, and that's your bread and butter, and the rest follows suit.
Do you believe in karma, Dave?
As in, like, the inside of a chocolate bar, caramel?
Yeah.
Yes, yummy. It's one of my tastiest things.
Genuinely, do you think if you do something nice, and eventually something nice might happen to you?
No, I just think that you should do nice things. And if something nice happens to you, great. And if it doesn't, it shouldn't dissuade you from being nice yourself, is my view. Yeah.
So what you and me are going to do, because Daniel's right, for a year, he's been sending us questions, giving us content for this podcast.
Yeah.
He's got a podcast called The Dolecast. You and me are going to go on one episode as guests.
That's fair. We will do. I agree to do that. We will go on The Dolecast.
You've asked me before, Daniel, and it's not out of like not wanting to do it or being sly, but like especially since the start of lockdown. No, not even a bit sly.
Because you're always like, oh, I hate this guy, and all. I'm like, oh, Shane, don't say that. He's a nice guy. Like, give him a chance, you know.
Yeah.
But again, do you or do you not have a Dolecast mug?
I do have a Dolecast mug.
You know who doesn't? Me. So you may get me a Dolecast mug, Daniel, if you want me to come on the Dolecast. All right.
Yes,
karma for you.
We'll do it in the next week or so, Daniel. So message us and arrange that. And we'll do it because you're a friend of the podcast.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's the end of the questions.
Okay, no Matthew Mernon this week?
Yeah, Matthew Mernon sent in the question about influencers. And I
All
couldn't
right,
find the
okay.
answer. Remember? There was that really awkward bit where I was like,
yeah, yes, okay, because I didn't hear you say good morning this week. You see, that's what put me.
I did say it, and everyone in the Boytown Kingdom will go, he did say it.
All right, okay, well, that's fair.
But
Well,
you want
listen,
another
guys.
one?
Yeah, absolutely.
You greedy big gubbins. Good morning.
That wasn't good morning, but I'll take good morning.
Good
Anyway.
morning.
That's
Okay.
better. What I want to say is
I've got to go water my grass.
and I've got to do another podcast now. So I mean, this is what we do. We're just podcast guys.
Get that?
Yeah, and I have to do a video as well.
Are you doing videos for your Patreon?
No, I'm doing a video for somebody else.
What is it?
It is a video for a certain football association. Oh, that's all I'll say. I'll not go into too much more detail about it, but it's for a football association.
Are you interviewing somebody?
No. I am hosting a quiz.
Chris Tarrant?
Yeah. And that was your final answer? Not bad for a first stab at his voice there. I'll take it.
Oh, Chris Tarrant, but we don't want to give you that.
I don't know if he's ever gone, wow, to start with, wow. That's how Nick James, wow.
He was sick at the start of it. But I don't want to give you that.
Because I bugged on it. Guys,
who wants to be a millionaire?
Listen, Shane, it's time to do some really quick admin and get you into the grass. Let everyone know where you can find the Boytown podcast, where you can listen, what you can get.
You find the BTP, the Boytown podcast, everywhere. Check. Is it there? Yeah, it comes out every Thursday. The video version comes Friday. I'm just getting so mad. The video version also comes out on the Boytown podcast YouTube channel. We've got Instagram, we've got fucking Facebook and Twitter, all that stuff. All that stuff.
I want to say to people,
no, shut the fuck up. Dave Elliott does Dave Elliott's Sly Guy podcast. Okay, it's fucking fresh, it's sexy. He's got a Patreon for that. You go over, you subscribe to that. Then what you do is you listen to Tea With Me, which comes out on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But the Monday one is just the Patreon, and my pen fell out of my hand there and fucked off about that because some of you might have picked up on that. Also, I have a Patreon, and it's patreon.com/TeaWithMePodcast, and you also sign up to that. That's what you do. And we've got a Boytown Patreon, and what you do is you remortgage your house and you sign up to all those. It's Boytown Podcast. You don't actually remortgage your house, you just get a loan from somewhere. Boytown Podcast, and that means you get extra stuff, and it's cool and it's nice, and we all have a great time. Dave, what did you want to say?
I wanted to say, guys, this was a good. Is this muted?
It's not muted now, but it was.
Is it muted now?
No.
Thank God for that. What I want to say is, guys, listen, we got a podcast here. I want you to share this podcast this week. Let's make Boytown great again. Let's give Paul a love. Share hashtag we love you, Paul. And I want to see the tweets, the Instagrams. I want to see Paul Stafford tag, give him some respect because he's an absolute great sport, and that was brilliant content. Well done, Shane. Stop wearing your hair like that, but well done, Shane, on the podcast once again.
Not a problem, brother. Love you.
Right, guys. Love you and take care.
You gotta say you said guys, love you. You didn't really.
I love you.
Dave, do you know what'd be really funny?
What?
If I came around to your house, but socially distanced, like with a pole with a wee hand on it, and you were going for a piss, and I held it.
Yeah, well, we can definitely do that.
All right, see you in 5 minutes.
Peace and love. Bye.